put the truck back together again. Assembled it back together. Tune the shocks. Yeah, I decided to tune the shocks. So I've got 800 CST front and rear. It's a lot better than what it was, especially the rear. See the rear before, as I said, there was oil in the shocks, but there was oil, but it was a fair bit of oil, but I don't know what kind of oil they were using. Thin oil. So yeah, maybe the front could probably do with maybe thicker oil, man. But the rear is a lot better than what it was, and it's not as bouncy. So basically just waiting for the pinion to cure. And I've also got as I said, I opened up the front diff. There was oil in the front diff, so that means there's oil in the rear and whatever oil in the center diff. But I topped up the front diff with, was it 30 or 40k? Yeah, 30 or I think it was 40k weight diff oil. I haven't bothered with the rear, man. But as I said, there should be oil in the rear. There's stock oil. So the rear looks like it's open diff, innit? With the whatever oil they're using on this rig. And as I said, the center, I'm not really gonna bother about the center now, because as I know, I'll open up the front diff and there's oil in the front diff. So I presume there's oil in the center and the rear diff. So let's turn it on. Let's turn it on and see what go on, man. I've only just put batteries in the bloody remote, you know what I mean? So as I said, I'm just waiting for the pinion to secure, to mature, to cure before taking it out, you know what I mean? I don't want to rush and take it out. Yeah, probably in the next couple of days or so. And this remote, the remote has throttle limiting switch. It has a throttle limiting switch, which is this switch here. And it's on, so you can turn the dial down. You turn it all the way down to 0. Obviously, you're not going to get no throttle. So it's on about 50%. So you can turn it from 0 all the way up to 100%. So I've set it to 50% and see. 4-channel remote as well. You got steering trim, steering dual rate button, steering dual rate button, steering trim button, throttle limiter button, and throttle trim button. And it's a 4-channel remote from Absima, own brand remote, you know what I mean? So foam wheel. So let's turn this truck on, man, and see. This is the first time I turn it on now, man. As I said, got the truck yesterday and it's just bare, well, QC department, you know what I mean? Quality control is not very good, you know what I mean? No wonder the car was on sale. As I said, I got the car on sale for near enough £100 off for £5.49, and it's gone up in price again to £6.49. The original price it was. So paying that much for an RC, you wouldn't expect the pinion to be loose straight out of the box, and servicing shocks and shit like that, man. You know what I mean? Paying that price for an RC, you wouldn't expect that. So I've got the remote turned on. Turn the car on. Oh, there's a beep. Don't know if you heard the beep, but there is a beep. Well, at least the ESC ain't blowing up. You got rear lights, rear tail lights, light bar at the rear, front light bar, and I think, one sec, channel 4 operates the headlights. Channel 4 button operates the headlights on the side of the remote. See all the different frequencies on the front headlight. That's the best one. You've got red blinking, green blinking, blue blinking, purple blinking, white blinking, multicolour circular job, and off. Yeah, that one's off. Got loads, quite a lot of settings on the that's the best setting. Quite a lot of setting on the front headlights. So that's it. Let's just, I'll turn the light back on. I just want to see if it actually works. So far so good. Let me turn the servo, the steering servo on the hand grip. Servo works. Let me just take it, hang on. Servo's working. And let's give it some throttle. As I say, it's on 50%. I ain't tucked it all the way to 100. Whoops. Maybe I should put it on. Let me just swap this thing around. Support it on a large wheel. That's about 50%. I'm not going full throttle. You got front, you got forward, brake, reverse, forward, brake, reverse, and this is set at 50% on the throttle limiter. I'm not even going full throttle, so yeah, I'm not gonna spot. Right, let me. I could. No, I ain't gonna bother turning up to 100%, man. Fuck it. It fly off the. It probably fly off the table. But the thing is, if you want to give this to a kid and whatnot, let me turn the throttle dial down to 0. You won't get no throttle. Make sure I'm touching the right dial. So I've turned it, I'm gonna turn it all the way down to 0. That's all the way down to 0. It's this switch here. That's the throttle limiter switch on the controller. Oh shit. Oh, did I turn it? I think I turned it the wrong way, man. That's 100%, man. That's 100%. Yeah, I've turned it down. I've turned it the opposite way. So I'm pulling the throttle. I'm pulling the throttle and the stick, nothing. On the controller, see? So you can give this to a little kid, man. You turn up the throttle, the limiter again, slightly. And it's going. That's about 30%. That's under 50. Let's turn it all the way, just for a joke. It's all the way to 100. Oh, I keep turning it the opposite way, man. I've turned it down to 0. Right, it's pulled back to 100. All the way. That's 100%. That's 100%. It's gonna take off. No wonder there's a supplied wheelie bar. I'm not even going full throttle. That's not even full throttle. That's not full throttle. That's not full throttle, man. Jeez. Let me turn it down. That wasn't even full throttle, man. I've turned it down. Right, yeah. So, right, so far so good. At least the ESC ain't blown up or nothing, you know what I mean? And it seems to be working all right, but when you roll it in neutral, it's not too bad. Because the fan and everything is on, isn't it? That's the fan and shit. Got the 2 fans going and that. New batteries, as shown per video. ESC, you got a fan on the ESC as well. Don't know how long that will last, because usually fans on the ESC, they're the first things to go, you know what I mean? Even the fans on the motor. I don't know if there's any way of, let's turn it off, man. Of trying to put a wire mesh on top of the fans on the motor to stop it from, you know, like stones and debris and shit get caught up in it, and all the blades get caught, all the blades break, innit, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's still a shame I couldn't back them screws out in the centre diff, but maybe in time, when I run in the car, you know, things back out eventually, like screws back out and shit in it. So hopefully the screw will back out eventually when I'm running it. But yeah, I would have liked to get into the centre diff and put in my own oil, man. I was probably gonna put maybe 200k or 300k in the centre diff. But oh well, leave it here with this vid, man. Yeah, I'll be running this soon in the next couple of days, man. As I said, the shocks are a lot better, man. Fucking hell, look at the rear shocks. Rear shocks are a lot better. I think I might have to put thicker shock oil in the front, because it's still a bit bouncy-ish, isn't it? You know what I mean? But it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it was before. If you watch the video I put out, this car straight out of the box. So Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave this car for the pinion to cure. The pinion to cure and shit, and then I'll take it out in the next couple of days and see what I go on with it, innit? You know what I mean?